Moses and the serpent of brass. The people of Israel were leaving the land of Egypt. God had set them free from a life of slavery and was leading them to a new land he had promised them. Moses had been chosen by the Lord to lead the people. God promised to take care of all their needs along the way. If they obeyed God, he would bless them, but disobedience would bring trouble. When they came to Kadesh in the desert of Paran, they pitched their tents. Then they did something that would cause them to wander in the wilderness for 40 years. When they heard reports of how hard it would be to take the promised land of Canaan, they would not trust God's promise to help them. They refused to go to the promised land. They even threatened to choose another leader and go back to Egypt. Because of their unbelief, God told Moses, "These men who have seen my glory and my miracles will not enter the promised land, but their children will." Turning their backs on God caused problems for the people of Israel. They could not find water and they and their animals became very thirsty. They complained bitterly to Moses, "Why did you make us leave Egypt? We would rather be dead than in this terrible place." Moses spoke with the Lord about their complaint and God told him what to do. "Gather the people together and speak to the rock and it will pour out water." Moses obeyed and gathered everyone before the big rock outside the camp. Then he struck the rock with his rod. God caused fresh water to stream out of the rock. But this was not the only problem the people faced as they moved through the wilderness. Ahead of them was the stronghold of the Edomites. They were fierce fighting warriors who attacked anyone who came near their land. Moses sent messengers to the king of Edom to ask permission to travel along the king's highway through their land. "We will not go through your fields or drink water from your wells," they promised. The king of Edom prided himself on his power and not his mercy. His answer was clear. "If you step 1 foot on my land, I will attack you with the sword." So Moses led the people away from Edom until they came to Mount Horeb. It was there they faced an even greater enemy. This time it was the Canaanite army that came up against them. Helpless against such a mighty army, the people turned to God in their need. And God was ready and able to help. A fierce battle was fought and God handed Israel a tremendous victory. But in spite of everything God did for the Israelites, they still did not trust and serve him wholeheartedly. As they continued their journey around the kingdom of Edom, they began to grumble. They complained how tired they were of traveling and how fed up they were of searching for water. They even complained about the manna, the food God provided daily for them. They said things about and against Moses. They also spoke out against God. So God decided to teach them that rebellion is sin and must be punished. Suddenly fiery serpents swarmed in from the desert among the terrified Israelites. People tried to run away, but the snakes were everywhere. There was no escape. Many Israelites died from the deadly snake bites. Then the people came to Moses and said, "We have disobeyed God and spoken against him. Please ask God to take the serpents away." So Moses prayed and the Lord told him what to do. "Make a fiery serpent of brass, and put it on a pole. Everyone who has been bitten who looks at the brass serpent will live." It happened just as God said. Those who trusted God and looked at the brass serpent lived. Those who refused to look died. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share and leave a comment. Subscribe.